So how's it going, everybody? So I just wanted to do a little ramble because I haven't done one in a while as well. Um, just a little bit of what's going on with me. The mail call I just did, I said, I've been sick for a while, so that's already out of the way. I am feeling much better. I'm about 80% back to normal. My stamina is kind of not the best. Like even like just getting up walking around, I feel more tired than I normally would at all. But it's getting there. Hopefully within about another week I should be back to 100%. So what's going on in my life? Right now, I just finished my last academic semester where I'm taking classes for my master's. I am just starting the right other parts of my thesis so I can get that done by August. Um, I've been thinking a lot, I've been praying a lot about what I should do because I enjoy doing research and I enjoy doing the lab stuff. I don't mind writing that much, but I have come to realize I am not the best scientific writer out there. I'm just not. I don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I practice a lot at it, I'd probably be okay. But it's something I don't look forward to. I'll put it that way. And to be a scientist, you have to be able to publish. I mean, that's just the whole point of it. So I've been doing a lot of searching and discerning, for to use a Catholic term out in there. I've been discerning of what what does God want from me. I mean, what ultimately are His plans for me. And I'm not generally one that sits idly by and waits for like. But this is my own kind of twist on things. That like I believe if things are supposed to happen, they're gonna happen. God will make it that it will work that way. But we got to move. We can't. God doesn't move us in a sense of like He doesn't take our arm and go do something. It's us who have to make the decision. We have free will. So, but I have the confidence that God will lead me where I'm supposed to go. So, one thing I just kept on going over and over about is like, the one aspect of my project that I really enjoyed was helping people. This moisture device I developed, it could potentially help a lot of people. And that really struck home with me a lot. So I was actually thinking, I was like, well, what can I do to really help people? As some of you might know, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but prior to going to Purdue for my undergrad and grad school, I was actually at Ivy Tech, which is a local community college here. They actually have campuses all over Indiana. It's actually the largest community college in Indiana. I mean, they have like, I don't know, like 40 different campuses or something like that. It's really big. But they actually have a nursing program. It's a 2-year nursing program. It's accredited, so you get trained to be a nurse to go get your to take your RN or LPN exam, whichever. Um, but with just your associates, you can only do so much, I think. But with your bachelor's, you can do more. Um, but I was on track to do all that. I didn't get into the program because like literally there's like 50 slots open for but like 500 people apply, so it's very competitive. And even though all like my grades at the time were like really really good, there were 50 other people who had perfect grades. So even though mine weren't bad, I think I had like 3 A's and a B because like there was these prerequisites I had to take, and I got like 3 A's and a B. But then there was somebody else who got 4 A's. All right, well there's 50 other people who got 4 A's. So I mean that's how it goes. It kind of sucks that they didn't do any personal interviews, kind of get to know a person. It was just how well you did on paper, which I'm not really big on that type of thing. So, and at that time, I was like, well, maybe I'm not supposed to do that. So that's when I ended up going to Purdue, choosing a different major, went through all that, and even at the end of my bachelor's, I was kind of like I couldn't find a job. Like, I applied and I applied and I applied and applied. At the time, nobody's hiring, and I did not want to do ag sales to save my life because I mean, I guess I could be a salesman, but it's not within me. I don't have makeup for a salesman. So I'm like, nope, cannot do it. So, but this grad position kind of just fell in my lap. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. And I really liked the project because I was able to help people. So that's what attracted me to it. So go all through the next 2 years. I'm finishing up my master's. Well, lo and behold, when I got sick, I went to Purdue's student health center. They have It's called Push. It's free. It's a health clinic. You just make an appointment. I went there and I got saw by the nurse, and then actually they have doctors and they also have nurse practitioners who can do most of the other stuff that doctors can. So she checked me out, and we're sitting there just chit chatting. I was talking about like my academic past and stuff like that, and had mentioned about being like in a pre-nursing program originally, and then she had mentioned that Purdue has an accelerated um, nursing program for people who already have a bachelor's. So I'm like, oh, really? So I I'm looking into that right now. Purdue hasn't got back with me. I've emailed them twice about just getting some information. And how that program works is, so if I were to get accepted, I would start next May, so like in a year, and I would be done uh, from that starting May. I'd be done the following August. So it's just a little over a year, and I would be done. So pretty sweet deal. But there's also another school here of just nursing. It's called the St. Elizabeth School of Nursing. So I was saying in conjunction, but so here in Indiana, and I think they're in other states. It's the St. Elizabeth Health Alliance, I think is what they're called, or the St. Elizabeth Healthcare. It's a system. It was actually started by some nuns. Trying to remember what religious order they are. I'll look it up here in a second. But they have a big chain of health centers and health centers and health clinics and hospitals stuff like all over the state. Well, when the sisters first came here, they came to Lafayette and they actually established a nursing school here. So that nursing school is still around. Um, and what they did is they're actually in collaboration with St. Joe's College, which is in Rensselaer. It's a small Catholic liberal arts type of college. So they're in conjunction. So you take some classes there, and then some of the classes you take here. So I actually emailed them just today, and I already got a reply. So I definitely think, and that's kind of what I'm going to go, and I'll talk about that in a minute of why I prefer that over going to Purdue. But anyway, so for their program, they said it would take 23 months. But the thing is, I could start in August. So I would pretty much be done by um, summer of 2018, which is actually a semester ahead of when Purdue would. So not bad. So I'm actually the application is due in 2 weeks, so I need to get on doing everything. But I actually kind of prefer going through St. Elizabeth because it's a I would be going to a Catholic college. I would be working within a Catholic construct of healthcare. So being a faithful Catholic who adheres to all the norms of the church, I don't subscribe to abortion at all. I think it's murder because, and again, I've said this many, many times, my belief on when life starts is not a religious belief, it's a scientific belief. Because when those two gametes come together, you get a unique individual, period. Even though it's not fully formed, it's still a genetically unique individual. Therefore, it's a human being. So that's scientifically, you can't argue with that. Now you can kind of argue about when the soul is and hidden and stuff like that, but that's for theologians, which they've actually stated that um, we couldn't know for sure, but seeing in the instance of how horrible abortion is, and even through the ages, how the church has always viewed abortion, that that the soul is encapsulated within the body at conception. So you can go along that. But anyway, so I am very more apt to go with St. Elizabeth because at Purdue, I don't know if I'd have to learn about things that I would never be a part of anyway, because I actually plan on to if I end up getting into this, of always working in Catholic hospitals. And the Catholic hospitals will never bend their will to whatever Obama or whoever else gets in there about trying to force other people to go against their conscience. Because I don't think any right person would want somebody doing something that they view is just morally wrong. It isn't that they just don't like it; they feel it that it is like morally repugnant. And it's not like, oh, it hurts my feelings. It's kind of like you're killing somebody. I don't want to be a part of that. So that's the whole aspect of it. Now you can argue about choice and all this other stuff, but that's kind of beyond the scope of what I'm talking about, just because I don't want to participate within that. So that's one of the main reasons I'm actually hoping this is where God is leading me. Um, I'm going to pray on it more. I can ask all of you to pray for me, please. I can always use the prayers because I am such a lazy person. I am so lazy. Um, but one other thing I've been thinking about is, so I mean, when I kind of first came to a realization of everything about not really wanting to do what I went to school for, which really 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 sucks. I almost felt like it was a waste. But then actually, over the course of a couple of days, I reflected on it and be like, what did I learn? Like, the one thing I've learned about my own life is I've gone through so many twists and so many turns that like where I was going is not the where I ended up. But I went through different stages to be taught something or to learn something. And I really feel that's what God does for us. He puts us in situations where we're able to learn certain aspects about certain things. So what have I learned from going through my masters? For one, I've learned better. I actually just think about now, I have learned what is important to me. My family is important to me. Where, you know, going through my master's, my major advisor, I'm not saying that he's a bad person or he's a bad man or anything like that, but for him, the focus is your research. That is numero uno. Where with me, that never sat square. Is it important? Yes, it's very important, but it doesn't come before my family. And that's what's more and more I keep on thinking, like, I can't be in the research world because I love my family too much. I just really do. I mean, I don't mind working hard for my money, but at the same time, I don't want to lose my family in some pursuit of something else. That's not what I want. So number one, that's actually what I learned. I love my family more than I love my work. I mean, I'm sorry to say, um, because jobs can come and go, but your family stays with you for your entire life, right? And also having children, really, I want to be there for my daughter. I don't want to be, stuck at a conference or stuck, trying to finish a grant proposal because it's due like in 3 days or something like that, and just keep on pushing them off and pushing them off. I'd rather be able to have, a 40-hour job or a little bit more if I need overtime, where I can work 4 days off, 3 days on, spend time with my family when I can. But I'm there for them. I mean, that's what I want out of life. And I really feel like that is what I'm built for. I'm a family's man. I mean, that's what I am. So I've learned what is important to me. Secondly, I've learned how to deal with very difficult people. And I'm not really going to say difficult people, but I had a very difficult person within my master's, and that is my major advisor. Again, I'm not saying anything bad about him. His type of personality and my personality conflict so badly. And it actually conflicted almost so badly. I almost quit grad school after during my second semester because it was very bad, very bad. I actually went and saw a counselor for a while because I was not coping at all very well, and it just wasn't stress. I mean, I was a coach for 10 years. I can handle stress, but this type of stress, like situations, don't stress me out. People stress me out. So I've learned how to manage my stress better and how to deal with less than hospitable people, to put it lightly. So, which I think if I were to go into healthcare, I would need to because people who are not sick, or maybe people who are sick, are never the happiest people in the world. I mean, I know I'm not. Like this past week, I was probably the whiniest baby in the world. I slept a lot because I was on pen medication that just pretty much knocked me out. But I have learned how to deal with people better. I've learned how to manage my time better. I've learned how to become a critical thinker because that's what science is actually all about. So these are the things that I've come to know that I have learned. So even though I won't be able to really use my degree in the sense of me being in research, I actually can. I actually thought about too. I was like, I can actually use it to still teach if I want to at community college, which I've actually applied for a few of them. Just part-time teaching because I really do enjoy teaching. But the other things I really wanted to do was mentor people, train people. Be somebody that somebody can look up to. That's originally why I wanted to become a college professor. But generally, in any work I go into or any field, I could always have that opportunity, especially in nursing. I can have some other junior nurse come in who would just graduate and I've been a nurse for 10 years or whatever, and then I can help them, train them, kind of let them, show them the ropes and help them out, and really take people under my wing. That's, I think, what I would really like to do. Talking so much, my scar's going up. So, I mean, that I think is what God is using me doing my master's for. He's also taught me to be more generous. Because even though I've never really thought of myself as like a selfish person, I can really have selfish attitude sometimes, especially when it came to my work. And that's when I kind of came to. I was like, I can't. I don't think I could do this because I don't like the person I was becoming. I was like, I have to get this done. Oh, I have to get this done. Oh, I have to get this done. Oh, I have to get this done. And the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I need a career for when I leave, like when I walk out that door for my job, for my career, it's off. It's all about spending time with my family. Then having the times also to, pray, spend time with God, which I mean, I've been so lax on that. I really need to get back on the bandwagon more about it. But so that's pretty much what's going on in my life. So I am actually, I'm more than considering. I'm actually taking the steps to kind of go in that direction. Now, talking to my major advisor about it, that's going to be a whole other bag of worms because I need to get some reference letters from him. But because I got rejected for two of the grad schools I applied to for my PhD, so that's a little hard. I mean, that was a little hard. I mean, I was kind of upset, but I think it's all for the best. I think if I were to go down that road, I don't think I would be a super happy person. So, but anyway, I'm gonna let everybody guys go. Look for some of my videos I'm going to upload in a bit of some other reviews. They're going to be kind of scattered, but I'm going to get them up there just because I've been sick and I've been so busy I haven't had time to do them. But I am going to put this one up and my um, mail call. All right. So take it easy, everybody. God bless, and I will see everybody next time.